This is my new Honda Grom. I'm so excited to bring this to the channel on top of my traditional auto coverage. You guys know I do a lot of Japanese auto industry coverage as well as other makes and models from other places around the world, but I have a huge love and desire for also motorcycles just as much as cars. Now I promised myself once I would get rid of my student loans, I would buy myself a motorcycle, and I'm starting tiny with this mini moto. This is the Honda Grom, a whopping 9.7 horsepower from that single piston underneath, 125cc, made it to a 5-speed manual transmission. I put the Yoshimura decal kit on it. It's only about 30 bucks. It was a lot of fun doing that. I got the Yoshimura tail tidy. More mods coming for it, and it's just the perfect bike for where I live. It's kind of like a glorified scooter. It's more fun to drive than a scooter. It tops off 55 to 60 miles an hour. But we're going to talk about why I got a motorcycle instead of a new car here in 2024 here on the channel. So without further ado, let's get on the beautiful Honda Grom, kick it into first. Let me know what kind of content you would like to see on the old Grommy Grom, and other topics that you would like for me to discuss, because motorcycling is one of the most liberating things you can do. This bike here, the Honda Grom, you guys know I have an insane appreciation and love for the baby Mazda Miata MX-5 convertible. I used to own one. The Grom is essentially the motorcycling world's version of the MX-5. It's tiny, it's affordable, it is great for city driving, it's great for drop top fun, I guess you could say. And just like the Mazda Miata, you can flog this thing through all of its gears in town without breaking the speed limit. It only, like I said, it tops off around 50-55 miles an hour. If you get wind or going downhill, maybe you can crack 60 if you're lucky, or depending, you know, if you're 115 pounds, you might be able to pick up some speed on here. Me around 6'1", 200 pounds, it just doesn't like to go much over 55 typically. But yeah, it brings me just as much happiness to ride this motorcycle as it does, actually maybe more than riding the MX-5 Miata. But a Miata costs about 4 to 5 times more than this, and I get about 100 plus miles per gallon. I haven't actually filled it up yet. I'm still in the original tank. It'll take regular. The dealer only had, I bought it from a Ducati BMW dealership. They only have premium fuel, so I'll probably be getting some insane fuel economy here. Like the Mazda Miata, it's very, very fuel efficient as a perfect city bike. And people are crazy on these things. They'll stunt them, or they'll take it on long road trips. Got to downshift a couple times to go up the only hill I have in Naples. The only hills here are bridges to go over the beautiful water. If you guys follow the channel, a lot of you were well aware that I wanted to get a new car in 2023. It never happened. Interest rates are going too high. I almost pulled the trigger on it doesn't like going in 5th gear under 30 miles an hour, so I'll just stay in 4th for what I'm doing. Interest rates being too high, and the Prius Prime that I wanted, it just was too much money for me at this point in my life. I still don't own my own home, so I wanted to keep some money in the bank for a down payment at some point in time instead of pouring it into a Prius Prime. Now, Prius Prime and any Toyota right now keeps its value really well. Let's throw this baby into the turn here. Just full throttle right now. No, there's nothing better. There's nothing better. But yeah, Prius Prime or any Toyota really keeps their value really well. I just wanted to have a little bit more liquidity, a little bit more cash in the bank for other reasons. And like I said, I'm getting so much happiness and smiles per dollar here that I don't think any other vehicle could do. Now, I also already have a Prius. I have a 2012 Prius that only has 64,000 miles on it. It's not even broken in at this point, if you think about it. So I would just be getting a new Prius Prime to make more videos on that. And while that would be fun and it would get a lot of views, I just don't ever think I would see the return on investment on a $40,000 Prius Prime. Maybe I would. I don't know. I'd have to do it. I'd have to buy one to see. But I don't necessarily have to get the return on investment on my bike in a monetary sense, because in the first day of driving it, I got my return on investment because it makes me so happy to ride this thing. It is stupid fun. The smiles per mile in the automotive world, it's hard to beat a Honda Grom or any other mini moto. You have the Kawasaki Z125 Pro, you have the Honda Monkey, which I really wanted the Monkey because I like the retro looks of it. The problem with the Honda Monkey is that they cost like $1,000 more than this, and I thought, you know, buying these new, a Honda Grom is not a good, it's probably not the best investment monetarily, but happiness wise, right, of course it is. You're not going to ride much that's happier than this. But I'll put the sticker price of a brand new Grom up on the screen for you, but after destination, dealer fees, prep fees, all that stuff, it gets up there. It's over $5,000 out the door here in Florida. And so I found a gently used one. It had less than 300 miles on it. The original owner had bought multiple Ducatis from that dealership before, and apparently he did not want his little Grom anymore to be a part of his fleet. So, you know, it was perfect for me. I didn't really have to pay a whole bunch in dealer and dock fees and prep fees compared to a brand new motorcycle. And this is identical to a 2024 model, except paint color and whatnot. And you can customize like that, like I showed you with the sticker pack anyways. So I ended up going with a baby used Honda Grom. It was, I want to say out the door, I think it was like $4,300, including tax, title, registration, all that good stuff. Now you could spend about a couple grand more and get something like a Ninja 400 or a CB 300R, a Yamaha R3. Those either have a single cylinder like on the Honda, or they have parallel twins on the other bikes, and they have a lot more power. I used to have a Ninja 250. I love that bike, but I actually like this one a lot more. I think the reason I like this more because it feels like a toy. I don't take it too serious. It's slow. I can't get myself into any trouble on it unless I, you know, go into random places, because this bike begs you to go down random alleyways and whatnot. Oh, I also love downshifting this thing. It's so much fun. Rev matching a motorcycle is so much easier than rev matching a car, unless the car has auto rev matching downshifts, and then that's like cheat mode, which is still fun. But yeah, this thing is literally a toy. Like, it's just so flickable. It only weighs a little over 200 pounds, and that dog's taking a doogie right there. And like the Miata, like I said, it's small, lightweight, flickable. No one takes it too seriously. It handles great. It looks cool, and it brings a smile to your face every time you look at it. As well as, oh, she was driving that Range Rover on the phone, not even looking at where she was going. I would assume that's pretty common with Range Rover drivers. You guys know also last year I did a lot of e-bike stuff, and the e-bikes were initially fun for me because I like the idea of hardly any maintenance. Now, motorcycles are notorious for having a lot of maintenance. Even a super reliable Honda motorbike has a pretty good amount of maintenance, and you can get some joy out of that, but it does require more of your time compared to a car. But yeah, e-bikes have no maintenance for the most part, but they top out at 28 miles an hour, and to me, it just didn't do it for me. Now, I know there are e-bikes out there now that can go 60-70 miles an hour. They're kind of in a gray area of street legalness, but no, I'd rather have an engine to play with and shifts instead of just hitting the throttle and you know, doing wheelies on like a Sauron, I think is what it's called. So maybe one day I'll get sick of a Grom and want to get into some high performance e-bikes. Nissan, no blinker, cool, no blinkers. you know, it's plenty quick for everyday traffic. And I'll do more videos on the Grom, like explaining on how like it's a great city bike, and in some ways it's a good learner bike, but there are reasons why it's also not a good learner bike as well, or a good starter bike. I don't know what this Forte is doing. Yep, and that's the thing. When you ride a bike, you have to ride like you're invisible, like nobody can see you, because there's a good chance that they don't see you, so you can never assume that they see you. Can't wait to put a can on this. It sounds I think it actually sounds pretty good. You know, I don't think parallel twins sound good. I had like a Ninja 250 when I rode 10 years ago, and I'll talk about my ride, like my original riding, like how I got into riding on a different vlog. But parallel twins I think just sound like ass unless they have cross-plane crank that you see like the FZ07, then it sounds like a Ducati or something. But traditional 180 cranks, if I'm remembering correctly, they just don't sound very good. So yeah, this single piston, I had no expectations on what it would sound like. Even the stock pipe, it sounds pretty cool. So I know there's a lot of DRZ and DR600 fans out there that absolutely love their single piston bikes, and KTM fans. Oh geez, just wide open throttle here. It's just so good, so good. It's absolutely perfect if you live in an area with top speeds of around 50 miles an hour, and that's mainly where I live here in Southwest Florida. There are no, as long as I don't take it on the interstate, which is illegal to do. It doesn't have enough horsepower for that, and you're on a death note because you're just going to get ran over since this thing tops off at like 55. But like I said, it's a city bike, and it has more than enough power for anything under speed limits of about 55 or 50. And speed limit here is 30. It's about 30 if I take the back roads. Oh, I left my blinker on, that's the thing. Cars have auto canceling turn indicators. Only the most expensive motorcycles have auto canceling turn signals, or I'm not gonna say only the most expensive, but the more expensive bikes have auto cancel. Just look where I live. A lot of you guys don't get to see this beauty. I should probably not look over too much, but a lot of you guys don't get to witness this beauty in my car vlogs or my automotive reviews. It's just, I'm in a cage, right? You just can't appreciate the beauty of where I live as much. And I never take these roads because they're too slow for cars, or for my car reviewing. So it's absolutely perfect for motorcycle vlogging though, like this picturesque place of where I live. I don't see anyone coming. All right, vlog it, pin, it's pinned. Rev this thing to, I hardly ever rev it up to about 8,000, the red line. 6 to 7 is, I think, where it starts losing a little bit of power, but it's just so much fun. Yeah, guys, let me know what kind of videos you would want to see from the Honda Grom and other motorcycling topics. It doesn't have to be the Grom. I'll do a ton of vlogs talking about maybe best beginner bikes. That's a common video that motovloggers like to do, or you know, top mods for motorcycles, things like that. There's so many things I want to talk about, like motorcycles versus cars, like why you should ride a motorcycle, all that good stuff. I have so many topics lined up. Okay, hopefully this Mazda sees me. Yep, okay, good, thank you. That's the thing, never take for granted other people's ability to not see you. If you enjoyed this content, hit the like button and subscribe for more moto vlogs. Subscribe for more motorcycle content. I don't know if I'll do motorcycle news. If you guys would like to see motorcycle news, let me know. I can put that on the channel alongside of my typical automotive news. It's just that automotive news is my bread and butter. That's how I make my living. Hopefully I can make also a good amount of money pouring my time and energy into motorcycles as well. If I don't, at least I get my smiles per miles and on the Honda Grom. I also have a big bike coming because the Honda Grom, it's amazing, but it's not a do-it-all motorcycle for most people unless you live only in a city and you never go fast. So I do have a big bike coming on the channel. I haven't picked it up yet. It's not available, but I think you guys would really like it. So definitely stay tuned for that, because I can't wait to share my impressions on a big fast bike, which I've never owned anything over 250cc. So I look forward to giving you guys the full gamut of motorcycling. Maybe one day I'll get a dual sport as well. I know I'm kind of rambling at this point. Good. Is anyone coming? Good. He knows I don't have a stop sign. All right. Just never will ever get old, I don't think. It'll never get old. But yeah, anyways, I gotta cut myself off at some point in time. Thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribed for more motorcycle coverage, as well as my normal coverage, which is automotive news and reviews here on the channel. Again, my name's Kirk. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.